Good evening, Andrey. Nice to meet you, and an honor to talk to you as well. So I think to start off, I just wanted to gauge your thoughts on how you are presently, how you're feeling with the fight less than 3 weeks away. How's your training going, and how's your weight cut going currently?
Спасибо, вот тоже очень рад познакомиться. Скажем так, подготовка проходит стандартным образом. Осталось 3 недели. Сейчас идет такой заключительный этап, когда уже, скажем, суперинтенсивные тренировки прекращены, идет работа чисто на поддержание формы и такая тактическая работа. То есть уже подводка к весу у меня сейчас, в принципе, нормальный. Все идет по плану, потихоньку скидываем, и уже думаю, что смогу уложиться в лимит нашей весовой категории без проблем.
Well, how are you doing? It's a pleasure to meet you. Preparation for this fight is being going really well. Right now, I'm on the final stage of my training camp, which means that I do not do any excessive training. I just do enough to stay in the shape that I am at right now. And speaking of my weight, everything is going according to the plan. So, and I mean, I'm quite an experienced athlete, so I've done it many times. So everything is as usual, nothing special. So I'm quite positive that I won't have any issues of making weight this time, same as I always did.
Great, that's great. So you're currently fighting Lorenz Larkin, a fighter that you faced before, and you lost to him. You were basically edged out in a split decision back in 2019. It's been 4 years since that loss, and that was your last loss since. You've been on a 4-5 winning streak. What are the improvements and adjustments you've made since that loss? And how do you foresee and envision this fight playing out?
Опять же, да, если рассматривать наш первый поединок, то его я не проиграл, его я считаю, что выиграл, просто судьи так не думали, так и решили по-другому. Подарили ему победу. Естественно, это было 4 года назад, с того времени уже много чего произошло. Я считаю, что поменялся в лучшую сторону как боец, прибавил абсолютно во всех своих аспектах. И самое главное, прибавил в тех аспектах, которые помогут с Лоренцем, провести хороший бой и выиграть его.
Well, speaking of our first fight, I do not think that I lost that fight. I think that I won it. Unfortunately, judges saw it otherwise, and they just gave the win to him that night. Nonetheless, I think it was almost 4 years ago since we fought the first time, and during these 4 years, I evolved as a fighter drastically in practically all the aspects of the game, especially in the aspects that I think, and my training, my coaches and everything think that will help me to get the win this time. So I consider myself to be a much better fighter than I used to be, much more experienced, and I think that will allow me, to have my hand raised after this fight.
All right. Andrey, you're currently on a 4-5 winning streak, and you are the number 5th ranked welterweight in the world. Larkin is ranked number 9, and you've taken a fight against someone ranked below you in the rankings. Provided you win, do you think it would be fair, and would you ask for a fight, for perhaps a title fight against the champion, or maybe another title eliminator? What's in your plans going forward, provided you win this fight?
Если уже, не хотелось бы забегать вперед, естественно, да, я хочу выиграть этот бой и уже после этого боя получить бой за титул, потому что все равно претенденты нужны. Сейчас есть один, скажем так, но опять же уже нужен второй, потому что следующий титульный бой чемпионов нашей весовой уже, наверное, скоро произойдет, и нужен будет тот, кто сможет уже встать в очередь, и я бы хотел быть первым в этой очереди.
Well, I think that if, of course, I don't want to, jump to conclusion right away, because our fight with Lorenz has not happened just yet. So, but in case everything goes well, I think that I would want to fight the champion after that, even because the promotion needs the contender for the belt. And even though there is a contender right now, but I think that the next title defense of the champion will happen pretty soon. And after that, they will need another challenger, another contender. And I'm going to be the one. And I want to be the first on the ladder. I want to be the first in the race towards the championship belt.
Perfect. I mean, you've stated now that, you do, if you provided you do win this fight, you do won that championship fight against Amasov. How do you see a fight between you and him play out? Because he has a background in Sambo and you have a background in Pancration, which is basically the modern form of mixed martial arts. You're arguably one of the best and most well-rounded fighters in the division and maybe perhaps on the roster. How do you see that fight playing out without jumping the gun, obviously? But as per you, how do you see, where do you have the advantage, and what are the benefits if that fight ever pans out? What are the benefits to you?
Ну, если, скажем вот так, просто гипотетически представить наш бой, я считаю, что Ярослав пытался навязать свою борьбу и за счет нее выиграть меня. А я бы пытался бить его в стойке. Вот и все. Это было бы такое классическое противостояние борца и ударника.
Well, talking hypothetically, without jumping a gun, just discussing this potential, fight style-wise, I think that style-wise, Yaroslav will try to implement his wrestling, grappling skills. He will try to close the distance. He will try to take me down and keep me there, whilst I will be trying to keep the fight standing, and I will be trying to, strike, to make it like a striking battle. So it will be like a classic fight between the wrestler / grappler and the striker.
Oh, okay, that's really interesting, because I was also thinking about his wrestling background as well, because he's quite formidable on the ground as well as on the feet. So I was, thinking how that would eventually pan out. Yeah. One last a couple of questions, Andrey. If this fight with Larkin goes successfully, could we potentially see you back in the octagon or in the cage this year itself?
Я бы хотел в любом случае до конца года еще раз провести бой в Беллаторе, потому что моя задача драться как можно чаще. И если так произойдет, то это будет очень хорошо.
Well, if you ask my opinion, I would really want to fight in Bellator again before the end of the year, because as a professional MMA athlete, I want to fight as often as possible. So if it would happen this way, I would be more than happy.
Oh, okay. One last question, Andrey. Your last fight was with Shlemenko Fighting Championship in June of 2022, just over a year ago. Do you see yourself going back and fighting for them, although that you are under contract with Bellator? Could we potentially see you go and fight maybe with that promotion again, while if Bellator doesn't give you a fight after this year or in the near future?
Наверное, Лех, если Беллатор разрешит, то возможно, да. Если нет, то тогда нет. Все будет зависеть чисто от них. И последнее слово, наверное, в этом вопросе тоже только за Беллатором. И это уже будут твои переговоры с ними.
Well, it would, of course, it would. I have a multi-fight deal with the Bellator, so everything would depend on them. Of course, if they would give me like a fight, I would fight for Bellator. In case it would be, for whatever reason, impossible to do so, and if they would allow me to fight for Shlemenko Fighting Championship, I would do so as well. But it would completely depend on Bellator and on my manager's negotiations with the Bellator.
All right, Andrey, one last question. Sorry. A prediction for this fight, less than 3 weeks away. I mean, I know that, your striking arsenal, especially with in relation to your body shots, the spinning back kick, even your body shots, they're sublime, to be honest. So any predictions for this fight going into it?
Да тяжело на самом деле делать какие-то предсказания, да и я не очень сильно люблю этим заниматься. Не, скажем, не очень мне в этом везло как-то предсказывать что-то. А, Я буду настраиваться на все 3 раунда, выдержать. Если, опять же, представится какая-то возможность финишировать и закончить бой досрочно, то я обязательно ей воспользуюсь. И буду делать все для того, чтобы эта возможность появилась.
You know what? I really don't like to make predictions because I had a bad luck making predictions in the past, so I don't like to do them. So I'll be just honest with you. I'm preparing to fight all 3 rounds, but of course, if I would say any kind of an opening, any kind of a possibility to finish him, to finish the fight, of course, I will try to do my best to do it.
Great. That's it from me, guys. Thank you, Andrey. I really do appreciate your time. You too, mate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for great